Good morning, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 25 minutes to 8 o'clock on a wet Saturday morning in the west of Ireland. It was pegging it down. It was pegging it down most of the day in London yesterday. When I went out just this morning to go for the breakfast, it's a good job. It was a sheltered walk up along to the Sizzling Cafe. That's where I ate the 3 mornings. Great place altogether. I forgot to say that the coffee was probably the best I ever drank in a cafe or restaurant. Made on milk, hot milk. Delicious. So the owner is a Turkish guy, and had a good chat just in the morning. And he wished me well, and I wished him well in the rest of his life. Maybe one day we will cross paths again. You never know. So I got out of Dodge yesterday on the 11:45 train. Got into town. It's handy when you know the run, I'll tell you. And it's that I went on the high speed. Jesse Fairley puts down the boot. So switched in St. Pancras, and I got I think it was the 10 past or 1:15. So I got to Luton Airport. It was piss and rain, but it's all a sheltered walk. And watched the first couple of races sitting on the... No, I watched the first race in St. Pancras. Had a coffee there and a toasted ham and cheese sandwich. Now the bread, I wouldn't be having it every day in the week, but it's all right. Don't hit the spot. That's all I had to eat all day yesterday, actually. But I wished I could have a pint, but I was driving, you see, yesterday evening from Knock, because I was buzzing with the performance by Nashwa. She was really back to her best, and you could see coming halfway in the race that if she didn't get blocked in, and I thought at one point, I said, Holly, don't do it again, but she did it well yesterday. A great performance altogether. And the even better performance sort of from earlier in the race was Live Your Dream. Much the best. Went out to 11:4 there yesterday as well, from 2-1, but one snug enough. And I was delighted that Jamie was coming, and we nutted him, and Jamie on the favourite as well, wasn't even second yesterday. So I'm not the biggest of Jamie fans this weather. But a couple of places after that, so anyone that done an each way Yankee would have doubled their money. The Petty Bantry didn't run, but it's better having a void non-runner than having a loser. So not a bad day's profit. I made a few pounds yesterday. Nearly paid for all it. It did pay for all the week. On to today. Just thanks for everyone, and it was well worth the trip. Thanks for the people that helped me out on my travels, and I wish Terry the best. I didn't meet him yesterday. He was a bit tired, and I was going early, so we left it at that. We shared messages by WhatsApp, so we'll stay in touch. So on to today. I'm not sure how much rain there was overnight, so I picked those last night on soft ground. Where did we start? Start at the 220 at Ascot. No, the 145. The 145 is 5 furlongs. Where do I see is there any non-runners in the meantime? So 20. Right, what I did today, there's 3. There's sort of a nap and a strong short selection, and a selection in the July stakes, and then I have 4 picked out that I was hoping might place for anyone that might do an each way lucky 15. The choice in the 145 is they're paying 5 places. The last of them is Raasel. The 8 and 9 and 10 to 1. It's back in a handicap, and the last time it ran in a handicap was York in the 12th of May last year. Since then, it has won at listed level, at Group 3 level, and it has ran in Group 1 races. But on its third to regional there in Haydock in June, it shows that it still retains its ability, and 5th in a Group 3, only beaten 2 lengths to equality. Has ran in Ascot before on soft ground, hadn't it? Oh, it's good ground. It's only beaten 5 lengths to Raasel. So that's the choice there. We'll stick with this for the 4. Where do we see? The 2 o'clock at York. It's good to soft. Where do we see? Is there any shake up in the market? Are these set up for last night? Oh, still. Choice in this is the top weight, Blue for You. So second Eileen Dove last year off 93 in York. It won it in York in August of 96, and it was 5th in York to Croupier. So it runs pretty well in York. O'Mara's Yard has hit a bit of form lately as well, so I thought that was a solid play with them paying 4 places in some places. That's 2. And the 4 o'clock at Newmarket. The selection is Awaal. We backed this in the Lincoln when it was second. Looked all over winner until Migration came on the scene late, and that was on heavy ground. They ran it over then, but it was in France in a listed affair. But it was third in Ascot the last time to Jimi Hendrix. It ran pretty well. Won in Redcar last year, impressively on heavy ground. So if the ground is soft, it won't be a negative. And then the 310 at York. The John Smith's Cup. There's a few there at that ran on the Goo and that, and hasn't run for a while. And I thought a solid play at 12 to 1 was Spirit Dancer. I nearly went with the Casper, but this lad runs well at York. If you look at it, the 9th of October 21, it was 4th of 18 of 94. Last July it was 4th of 22 to Anmat. It won then in York of 93. It was 2nd last year. And then it was 3rd last time to Maribor the Champ. And it looks like this was a plot, that was the pipe opener of 97 to get him spot on for today. Same rating. Fahy not doing too bad. He has 7 winners in the last 14 days. 12% strike rate. So there's the 4 that I was looking at. sort of for an each way lucky 15. The 220 at Ascot would sort of be the nap of the day. We hadn't hit a nap there in a couple of weeks, but we got one up yesterday. Aldaary. If you look at the ratings, it's top rated at 116. They're all carrying 9 stone 3 bear. Mercer is giving away a £3 penalty. But he'd be given weight in a handicap of at least £4 to Angel Blue and £6 and £4 as well to Mighty Ulysses. That could be a danger if it's spot on by Johnny G. Johnny G likes to have them ready first time out. But some of them have needed the run this year. But Aldaary has had the prep run. I backed it at 5-2 last night. Runs well at Ascot, has won on heavy, one off 103 and 109, one off 93 in Ascot. Newmarket the last day ran well enough, was off 420 days. Wasn't knocked about too much, I thought. That should bring him on. So that would be the nap. There's 7. Let me see, where are we? The 7:30 in Hamilton. That lad, Ibrahimovic, that came over to Down Royal, and it was second to Tower of London. So it beaten a few lengths all right, but Tower of London, you know what he did the other day, should have won the race. So that looks to have a good chance. Yes, 11-8 favourite. Circuit Breaker is the only one sort in the market against it. In the 3:35 at Ascot is the big race of the day. No, it's a Newmarket. What am I on about? I'll see how the market is this morning. Kinross is the choice. This looks like has been a plot job as well by a man that can do that, Ray Beckett. On 4 there last year, Group 2, Group 2, Group 1, Group 1. It was third in the Breeders' Cup to Modern Games. It had a nice run the last day. Over 6, just probably. I prefer if this was 7 actually, but it has been improving. So it looks like it has been a plan. Distance, it'll be finishing late, but whether it's the sprinter type is the thing, I don't know. We'll see. That's the choice anyway. There's actually a horse there in Navan and the outsider of the party, Cindy Shekels. It's 50-1 for anyone that might want to put £1 each way. Now, I wouldn't be putting much more, but if you look at on the 22nd of April this year in Navan, 5.5 furlongs on soft ground, it was third to Towson, and he was 50-1 that day. Olive Enright was on it, but young Bowen is on it today, Sean Bowen. It showed speed as well in Sligo. I was in Sligo that day, and Conversant, who I backed that day, only got up sort of late on to beat it. It was in England with Michael Dodds, and he was rated much higher. I was in Dennis Hogan first, but it was in the 60s and 70s. He's still only a 6-year-old. He's drawn low again today in Navan. He's drawn 5, isn't it? And he was drawn 1 that time. And then 5 today. The time he was in Navan on that sprint. The winner was drawn 3, the second was 4, he was third and 1, and the 7, 2, 5. So all the low horses. So it's important to be drawn low, it appears, this year. Well, more than any year. And there's one more in Navan, the 4:45. Thunder Canyon. I thought it ran well enough the last day in it's a lightly raced 5-year-old trained by Luke Comer. It's a 10-1 shot there. But it went out in front in rated 50. I think it's better than a 50 rated horse. Whether they can prove that today now to prove me right or wrong. But it went out in front in Leopardstown. It was over 9 furlongs, trying to make a test to stamina. As you can see there, it only has ran six times. 3 there with the handbrake off, but it seems to be improving. Beaten 13 lengths, beaten 7 lengths, and then only beaten 4 lengths. But it only faded late over 9. So I know it's a stiff, it's a good pull up there at 10 furlongs in Navan, but that might have been each way shot there today at 10-1. 58 went into the started off handicap, and 58 down to 50. We'll get that on the bus. Well, there's a race on that, but like, it's drawn 6 as well. I'll cross on it anyway, because I'm waffling on. Somebody asked that we're going to Salisbury. I'll have a look and see. There was no market movers in Salisbury. I'll have a look and see, and I'll post something if I see anything later in the day. Oh, there's a couple of now. I'll have a look later. I'm umpiring tonight. I'm umpiring in the Aurora Cup, the Division 1 League Final. Orden is playing Roscommon Gales in the Hyde at 7:30. So I'll have to get my Wellingtons out and my umbrella, I'd say. So have a nice Saturday. Bash the bookies. Over and out.